If you didn't know there was an homage to the JLC Polaris, you're not alone. Witness your legend. Ready? Ooh, it is green. This is the BERNY AM139M. And, well, let me get this wrap off first. That's better. All right, as I was saying, this is the BERNY AM139M in green. And it's funny because David Schwartz and I were talking about each having the idea to get this in green, but the blue just called to us. So if you want to see the blue version, check out his channel. I was able to change my order to green at the last minute just because he already had the blue, and I thought, he did such a great job on his video. Why not let's check out the green? So here we are. Let's check it out. So this is a stainless steel case that's been hardened to 600 Vickers. So you can see some nice brushwork on the mid case there, vertical brushing all the way through to the lugs, a little chamfer, and it's also brushed on the top side. You see a circular pattern there, and we've got a sapphire crystal on the top, as you noticed here on this little sticker. That's not even worth like a full peel. Like that's just an ugly sticker. So sapphire crystal on the top, which appears to be flat, and sapphire crystal on the bottom as well for your display case back. As you may have seen when I was changing the time here, that is a screw down crown and screw down case back. You've got 200 meters of water resistance. This crown here is for the inner rotating bezel. And it is not screwed down, though. It's just freestanding. It's just got some resistance. I think it'd probably be kind of hard to, kind of hard to bump it. So I don't think it's going anywhere. You can kind of feel a little bit of rotation with it as well. I feel like some indentations a little bit as I'm rotating it. So very good action on that bezel. I like it. And you see this is a sunburst green dial. You've got a couple of step downs, one from that Riot that is the inner rotating bezel down to the main dial where you see the indices and the numerals, and then a second step down to the intersection of the dial where the pinion is and the BERNY logo. No other print on the dial, which I kind of like. I think that BERNY logo is loud and proud enough. And then you've just got that day-date complication, which also adds a little bit to break up the all-green dial, but very nice. Look at that handset, too. It's got a nice shimmer to it. See a little bit of skeleton section. And then that second hand. Oh, it's got a nice little orange tip. I didn't notice that. To match the 15-minute increments on the inner rotating bezel as well, in addition to your dive time area. And those indices have an applied appearance to them in silver. You've got a fitted silicone strap, and I can tell you it feels nice and silky. I like FKM over just plain silicone, but man, I tell you, the silicone just has that silky feel. I do kind of like that. This has got like a diamond or waffle pattern texture to it, you can see. And then the buckle is brushed stainless steel as well, and is sterile from a logo. So I kind of like how plain, without having the there's no signed crowns. You can see those are both sterile as well. No signed buckle, and then just the BERNY name up there and no other print. I kind of like how it's a little bit of a compromise between all-out branding and completely, sterile look too. So yeah, it's kind of clean and simple. I like it. This is the Miyota 8205. Beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour. It's got 21 joules, 42-hour power reserve. It's not the most beautiful thing, as you can see. Let me get these stickers off too, though, so you can at least see a little bit of it. Oh, there's a half a sticker peel for you. This one's tiny. Oh, wait. I take it back. I just took the two little ones off, and you can see there's a bigger one. All right, here's a flimsy one. Okay, so at least it reveals a little bit of brushing on that rotor. You see they've got their signature on it. There's that Miyota wobble. But yeah, see how plain it is? I mean, yeah, this is one of those where you don't really need a display case back, right? But it's still kind of cool. It's nice to see the movement, no matter what it is, I think. But as long as you can get that rotor out of the way. There you go. Yeah, so 42-hour power reserve. It's got hand winding, and let's see if this is one of the ones that has hacking. As you know, the 8200 series movements from Miyota gained hacking around 2018, 2019, but there's still plenty of the old movements out in the world, so you may or may not get a hacking movement. Let's see what this one is. Aha, bingo. Got one of the newer ones. So you see the seconds hand has stopped, otherwise known as stop seconds device, and this one has hacking. So very nice to know. This is still the indirect drive system, though, so you can get that little stutter of the seconds hand with this movement, but that does not affect the accuracy, which, by the way, is stated at -20 to +40 seconds per day. And throwing it on the time grapher, just one pass through and dial up just that one position. You see it coming in at -3 seconds per day, an amplitude of 288 degrees and 0.0 milliseconds beat air. And I was going to show you those specs around the case back. So you see hardened stainless steel HV600, which is the Vickers scale, and scratch resistant sapphire. And then you've got 20 atmospheres, 200 meters, AM139M, and 21 joules. That is a lot of green. That was kind of one of the things that stopped me from ordering the green in the first place. I was attracted to the dial. I thought that it was the most dynamic of the three colors, black, blue, or green. The sunburst really just kind of stood out to me. But I thought the strap was just a little bit overload on the green. I'm not usually a green dial fan to begin with, so it was just a little much. So I can see putting this on some other kind of strap and maybe toning down that green a little. But I've got to say, in person, it's a lot more appealing than it was in photos. I'm kind of liking this green strap. I think it's a great combination, and dare I say, might not be too much green for me. Let's measure up now and see what we've got here. It's supposed to be a 42 millimeter case. I take that back. It's supposed to be 41.5, but I actually am kind of getting close to 42. They listed as 41.5, so we're pretty close there. Lug to lug of 48.8, pretty compact. Thickness of 13.1 millimeters, and you've got a 22 millimeter lug width. 6.5 millimeters in diameter for those crowns. They're each identical. And it weighs 108 grams on the supplied silicone strap. That's a pretty good weight. That's nice and light for kind of how chunky this is, right? Oh, yeah, that looks classy. That is a nice loom application. This is BGW9 blue, and you can see it's on all the indices, the numerals, the handset, including the seconds hand as well. That has got a nice, clean application to it. Very crisp and nice and bright. Doesn't seem to be fading very fast either. I'm digging the loom. Let me get that minute hand out of the way so you can see the 6 a little better. There you go. Yeah. That is nice and crisp. Looks good. Missed opportunity with the inner rotating bezel, though. There is not loom on the triangle. So you have no way of knowing where that inner rotating bezel is at. So that's a shame because the loom looks really nice. That's all they need to do is just kind of loom that triangle, and we'd have a home run on this loom. Let's get it on. So today I'm wearing the Pagani Design PD1701 version 3 with that nice white contrast handset. And, you know, I just got this back on the bracelet. I've been wearing it on a Tropic style strap, and man, those spring bars that they have in there are flimsy, cheap. replaced them, and it was still pretty tough to get those end leaks back on, but glad I did, because I'm enjoying it now on the bracelet, which I hadn't really done since the unboxing, which, by the way, you can see that video right there. Well, would you look at that? That is pretty slick. So if you have a larger wrist, you should know, though, I've got an 8-inch wrist, by the way, and this is almost 42 millimeter in diameter. 8-inch wrist, and I'm on the next to last hole, and this is pretty comfy kind of tightness. This is about where I like it. It's not going to flop around, but it's not, cutting off my wrist or anything. Just one hole left, and this awkward situation where the keeper is not holding anything here. These are both floating keepers, though, so you could just take one off, I guess, if you wanted to. But would be nice if it was just a little bit longer strap for larger wristed people. But otherwise, I think this may fit you with the extra holes, right? But I will say, too, while I really dig this fitted silicone strap, how it's got that contour where it dives down, it's pretty firm. I don't know, see if you can see if I'm pushing in. So it kind of adds a little bit to the lug-to-lug distance, if you will. If you think about a bracelet, this kind of is doing a little bit of the same, because it doesn't drop down immediately, and this part right here is really rigid. So I am sensing a little bit of that. It's perfect for me. I like it. It got a great fit. So what did I say? I think about 48 millimeter lug-to-lug. So it kind of adds just a little bit of length there, if you will. And these straps, nice and silky, though. I just love those, so velvety. But there you can see the drop down. So I don't know, it feels like it goes more like this when it's on your wrist. That does look like it has a pretty good droop. But you see, if I try and pull those in, see how rigid the end is? So just be aware that it might wear a little longer lug-to-lug. Well, that's pretty slick. I like those indices, and that handset has got a nice shimmer to it. And then, of course, you've got that polished bezel, which is adding some zing to it as well. Overall, a pretty great little package for a nice price. And so you're probably wondering what that is. So these are about $114 US. That's about 95 quid or 107 euros. And that is on the BERNY official store on Amazon. It actually will cost you a little more if you want to buy it on AliExpress. So this is the place to get it, is on Amazon at their official store. You can get much quicker delivery and easy returns should you have any problems or issues that arise. So yeah, that is a great little budget watch, right? Got a nice clean look to it, and a great price. I've got links down in the description for you if you want to pick one up, either on AliExpress or on Amazon. Well, good news for you, sticking around for this whole video, you've got a chance to win this watch now. That's right, I'm giving it away. So read the contest rules down below in the description. It'll give you all the details and the entry deadline as well. But I encourage you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment too. Let me know what you think about this BERNY AM139M in green. It's a whole lot of green, but I'm kind of digging it. Leave me your thoughts. I'd love to read them and interact with you. And I'll catch you in the next one. I'm Whit, with so many watches, so little time and money.